tonight on Reporting Scotland. Also coming up on the programme. Hello there, good evening. A pilot has told the Clutha fatal accident inquiry there were no abnormalities with the police helicopter hours before the accident. George David Young was flying the aircraft earlier that day. 10 people were killed when the aircraft crashed through the roof of the pub in 2013. Conor Gillis reports from the FAI, which is sitting at Hampden Park. Scotland's councils are warning it's going to be increasingly difficult over the coming years to provide free meals for children during the school holidays. Local authorities say they spend millions of pounds annually supporting low-income families outside term time. The Scottish Government has just announced £350,000 to fund holiday meals for children. Katie Hunter reports. Some of the women who won equal pay claims against Glasgow City Council will not receive any money because of council tax arrears. A man who left a father of one brain damaged and paralysed in an attack has been convicted of culpable homicide. And Boris Johnson has backed the existing arrangements for sharing UK funds with the Scottish Government, despite being a long-standing critic of what's known as the Barnett formula. His rival in the Conservative leadership contest, Jeremy Hunt, has also said he would maintain the current system. Well, let's get more on that and the rest of today's campaigning with our chief political correspondent, Glenn Campbell, who's at Westminster for us this evening. Glenn. You're watching BBC Reporting Scotland. A reminder of... Well, it was 20 years ago today, the official opening of the Scottish Parliament. Holyrood has used its powers to ban smoking in public places, to fund free personal care for the elderly and to legislate for gay marriage. But from homelessness to child poverty, there are many problems that politicians haven't yet solved. Our political correspondent Kirsten Campbell looks at some of the challenges MSPs have still to get to grips with. Right. It's 10 years since 700 workers were told the Johnny Walker blending and bottling plant in Kilmarnock was going to close. The 28-acre site is now part of a major regeneration programme aimed at providing employment as well as a hub for start-up businesses, sporting events, conferences and entertainment. Our business correspondent Douglas Fraser has been to see the efforts being made to bring more jobs and housing to the area. Wildlife presenter Chris Packham is calling for government action to tackle persecution of birds of prey after 2 young golden eagles disappeared from a Perthshire estate in April. So Andy Murray has dropped the strongest hint yet that he'll play mixed doubles with Serena Williams this fortnight at Wimbledon. The former singles champion says he's definitely playing mixed as well as men's doubles and that he's 90% sure who his partner will be. More on this live now to the All England Club and our reporter Kennedy Nidsan. Tell us more, Kennedy. Kenny Miller says he could absolutely play in the Premiership again if he helps Partick Thistle to promotion this season. It was one of the most celebrated feats in aviation history, the first transatlantic crossing from east to west. It was made 100 years ago by the crew of a Royal Navy airship that took off from an airfield at East Fortune near Edinburgh, now the site of the National Museum of Flight. Cameron Buttle has more. Well, over to Rebecca now to find out what's happening on BBC Scotland at 9.
Thanks, Katrina. After a day of protests in Hong Kong, we'll hear from Scots-based students who've been part of the demonstrations. We'll weigh up the promises made by the Conservative leadership hopefuls, and we'll be getting to the bottom of the battle between Robert the Bruce and Cineworld. Join Martin and me in just over 2 hours on the BBC Scotland channel. Here's where you will find us, and of course, we're live on BBC iPlayer.
Thanks, Rebecca. And now the weather with Judith.
Thank you very much, Katrina, and a very good evening to you. Well, compared to last week where we saw torrential rain, then we saw heat wave as well, a mini heat wave, and then thunderstorms. This week will be a quieter week of weather. Good news for the start of the school holidays. As far as this evening is concerned, some evening sunshine for many through central and southern parts. Still 1 or 2 showers across more northern areas, particularly the northwest, but it will tend to be cloudier. We had quite a brisk northwesterly wind today. That wind eases a little overnight. Temperatures falling to around about 8 to 10 Celsius for most of us. And then as we head into tomorrow, this is where we see our weather menu for the week. We've got this area of high pressure based in the Azores extending right up across the UK. Now it's not quite enough across us to keep weather fronts at bay, and we are drawing in cooler air, but it does keep the weather settled for the coming week. So tomorrow it's a sunny start for many, a fresh feel first thing. We still have a number of showers in the north, but as we head through the day I think those showers easing, and we'll certainly see more in the way of sunshine generally across the country as well. For Shetland, I think it should be dry with some good sunny spells, the odd passing shower for Orkney, and occasionally fresh northwesterly wind here. Perhaps 1 or 2 showers pushing into northern Aberdeenshire, but generally some good sunny spells across eastern Scotland. We saw 19 Celsius in the east today. I think we probably see that once again tomorrow. Winds won't be quite as brisk across southern Scotland either. A wee bit of cloud coming into parts of Kintyre and towards the Glasgow area during the afternoon. I think the Western Isles and the northwest faring very well in the sunshine stakes, but look at the temperatures. 15 Celsius. Friday we saw 30 degrees, so a real noticeable change to the air mass that's going to be across us this week. Tomorrow evening looks pretty fine. We'll still see a wee bit of cloud in the north as we head through the overnight period, maybe the odd passing shower, particularly so for Shetland, and winds will stay light. Then on Wednesday it starts off dry and sunny, cloud, one of those weather fronts building into the north, extending across the country as we head through the day, limiting the sunshine to southern and eastern parts, feeling a wee bit warmer, and then a wee bit of rain on the way on Thursday. That's your forecast.
Thanks very much for that, Judith. And that's all for now. We've more just after the 10 o'clock news. Until then, from all of us here, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.